A real-life Argentina flag found in the wild. And to make this even better, it was actually shot in Argentina. It's actually amazing how pretty much identical this is. If you really look close enough, I think I can see that creepy face on the sun too. The tragedy of these two city flags. Taipei in 1981 to 2010. Okay, this is alright, but I don't know what the hell they did right here. Why? Seoul, South Korea did something similar. Very cool flag. I love the simplicity of it. And they ditched it for this crappy Bob Ross painting. I love Bob Ross, but I'm not gonna put that stuff on a flag. How dare I even reference Bob Ross to this? This guy clearly failed out of art school. Wait a second. The 4 flags of Pride Month. I know that flag, that one, and oh yes, the Yugoslavian flag. Classic pride flag right there. Glad they're representing, that's good. I'll never forget the fall of Yugoslavia. Don't be confused, I think I've seen something like this before. Literally all of the just red and white flags in the world. This actually might not even be all of them, I think they might be missing some. Obviously we know about Poland and Indonesia, then there's Monaco, a small city-state inside of Europe, but there's a lot of regions and cities that do the same thing. I mean, I know it's a simple design, but like, come on. At least throw an icon on it or something. Or just change the flag shape. Instead of making it like a square or a rectangle, I don't know. Make it like a triangle. Every time I see this, I think it's some crappy YouTube thumbnail. But no. This was the real-life New Mexico flag for a couple years there. This was between 1912 and 1925. But here's the thing. I know it's bad. You gotta admit, it is ahead of its time. Like literally like 100 years ahead of its time. This looks so much like a YouTube thumbnail. And a really bad one at that, like very amateur. That's actually pretty legendary right there that they were able to call this. Planetary flags. We should make some flags for planets. We've got Mercury, not sure why. Venus, Earth. I don't know why these feel a little colorful to be like planet flags. I do like Saturn though. Neptune because like, you know, the oceans and things like that. Uranus has the like ring that's vertical. I don't know if I agree with this Earth flag, but you know, whatever. Some blue, white, and black flags. There are more than just Estonia. That's probably the most famous. There's also the Estonian naval jack. That actually looks really cool. I like the British vibe to that. There's a couple of older nations that might also be left out. Swaziland had this flag for a couple years there. And I liked this weird thing that Somalia was doing with the white and black strip at the bottom. I've never seen that before. Botswana always rocking it, and a whole lot of regions inside of Europe, as I said before, especially like Western Europe. This place in Spain has a bear that's like boxing on their flag. Leather Pride? What? It also has red on it. Like, what? You didn't say there's gonna be red. Flag of a fictional Arab colony on Mars. I'm really loving the Jordan vibes of this flag. Instead of the triangle in the corner, they actually have the Mars planet. This is actually kind of cool. Flags with maps on them. Now, there are only a handful of flags in the world that have a map on them. Cyprus is one that comes to mind, and I think it does a really good job. I like this flag a lot. But what if more nations were to use this style? And I think Japan is kind of nice. It actually is a little too nice. Didn't they do this before, or have I just seen like too many alt history flags with this? China's works really well also. I always kind of made a joke that like instead of the stars, why not put like 4 mini Chinas? That'd be dumb, kind of, but okay. India's also looks pretty good. India's got some funky borders though, so that's like a hard one to put on a flag. Of course, this USA one, I like that. That's like the best way. Like if we ever lose Hawaii and Alaska, because that's the issue here. You don't want to put Hawaii and Alaska because it's gonna throw off the whole design. But let's say that gets invaded or we just give it up. Let's just give it up so that we can do this flag. I think it's cooler. There's even some room to invade Mexico if we ever want to extend this little area. I'm okay with the flag design having some Mexican territory. There's also the EU. I don't believe this is all the EU countries. That would be the big issue, trying to fit all of them on there, especially some of those smaller places, because you can't leave anybody out. Brazil works perfectly. I mean, you could even give those stars inside it. Don't they usually have like stars in their icon here? I'm not a huge fan of this USA version, but I guess if we didn't want to give up Hawaii and Alaska, this is the way to do it. And you know, Canada already kind of looks like a leaf now that I think about it. The map of Canada is kind of like a broken leaf that you just crunched on. It's like fall. You stepped on it, now there's a bunch of broken leaves up here from the one leaf. I don't know what I'm saying. We are so obsessed with like space colonies now at this point. I mean, I think we're probably gonna get there eventually. Kind of jumping the gun already, trying to do like flags and stuff about it though. Hey, this could happen though. I know India's doing their own little space thing. This works really good too. Looks like they've like colonized the entire solar system. This looks like the sun. Same thing except green, gold, and black flags. Jamaica might be the only one currently. Then there's a bunch of, again, smaller regions or cities. Obviously, historically speaking, there's a lot of examples. It's such a unique flag combination though. It seems like a fun thing to do. Well, I don't know what the hell this is. Czech Republic. Now that's funky. Germany has a lot of regions, a lot of states that also have this similar design, or at least they use these colors. Spain does also. Oh, I didn't even realize Don't Tread on Me was a part of these. And come on, Colombia, that just kind of looks like this part in Colombia is just ripping off Jamaica. And they're pretty close by. I mean, it's very clear whose homework you copied. I love how, like, we're so obsessed with flags at this point that we're making flags for anything. This dude made a flag for a train. And it doesn't look that bad, honestly. It looks kind of good. Can we get this train to, like, I don't know, establish a government? Let's get it recognized by the international community. I think we could do it, guys. Quite possibly the most random combination of flags I've ever seen. This is a combination of East Germany and Bangladesh. Why? Because who cares? We don't need a reason. That's why. Especially when it's this good too. Like, I'm glad I got to see this. I didn't know I wanted this in my life. Why couldn't East Germany colonize Bangladesh? That'd be a cool world. Black and gold flags. I love these two colors put together. HRE being one of the most famous examples. Then there's also Flanders, pretty popular as well. The Habsburg monarchy, kind of doing that old Polish vibe. Pretty simple, but I like it. Oh, here's a German variant of the Bavarian flag. All the regions in Scotland kind of try to do the X. Oh, Baltimore is also like that. I like that one too. An ancient pagan flag for Finland. I actually wouldn't even mind. Like, let's get the pagans back in Finland so we could do this one too. I'm like totally willing to completely alter countries from like halfway across the world. Doesn't bother me. Send them to space too. I mean, I just want these flags to be a real thing. This is a naval flag in a place called Kurland. I guess it's in Latvia. They must really like sea crustaceans. That, or they're just like big fans of SpongeBob. Someone made a flag off of a German jersey back in the 1990s. This was like the World Cup, and it's a pretty unique design. It's a great photo too. I wonder why. I think it is better than just, I mean, the basic thing is just to wrap a strip around the chest. It doesn't seem very 90s too. There's a lot of designs from the 90s where it's like, wow, that's so 90s. It doesn't feel like that too much. Someone's first flag is McLovin. The only thing more rare than this is the version where he like tried to have his name as Muhammad. That'd be a nice little throwback. It's the most popular name on earth. I mean, I see where he was coming from. Some green and white flags. There's actually a ton of them, I thought. Nigeria, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. Egypt had this one for a couple decades in the last century. Lombardy with the famous fidget spinner flag. Norfolk Island actually has like a tree. This is very Canada to me. Australian Canadians, I guess, are coming from this island. Ah, I finally understand their name now. I see you, Estonia. That was terrible. In Brazil, they just have like a literal river. That's like a nice little throwback. Here are the first USA flag proposals. So at first we had no stars, no blue. It was just all strips. I don't even mind this, to be honest. Then they're like, yeah, maybe let's throw a little third color in there. Not bad either. A little weird, I guess. Oh, thank God we didn't use the British watermark. That'd been so awkward today. Imagine still having the British watermark on your flag. This is cool too, though. I see a lot of designs that like kind of bring this back. Because why not? I actually think it's okay. Like, why not just have like a blue vertical strip? Those are obviously like old prototypes, but here's what it might actually look like. I'm telling you, I still don't mind this. Although the last thing we need is more red and white stripped flags. Clearly. What a combination. Again, a combination I never thought I'd see. Wales and Switzerland. I guess this guy is going off of like soccer games. How does he decide who goes on top? Like whoever won the match? America, the four-state solution. We have Olympia, which is probably in the Pacific. There's not a whole lot of green, but I could see some green. Libertas? The American League of Free States? Is this like a Holy Roman Empire? Like they all somewhat function, but they're mostly independent. Oh, there's Dixie. Got rid of the X for the T, and then the Union. These are some pretty clean-cut borders. Wait a second, you gave West Virginia to Dixie? I don't know if they'd like that. Their whole existence was based off of not doing that, but who knows? It's a different time. The future flag of Israel, a futuristic flag. I do think that we do need to be updating our flags every like 100 years. Like just a little small design change. This is a big one. What if we just like change it up just to be like, hey, we're in the future now. The future is now, old man. Someone found a very awkward Putin flag hanging up in this house. Those are some major stands right there. Is this the exact image? Did they just screenshot this face and put it on there? Or is Putin like forcing them to have this flag? Is this like a thing you have to have in Russia? Or else, you know, gulag. So this place has a flag. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. And look at them. They basically had the balls to just make it an anime logo. This is an anime logo if I've ever seen one. And it looks like an anime that I'd watch too. There's gotta be like a dragon involved, clearly. Oh, this place is located in Japan. So that makes a lot of sense. Wow, Japan is really embracing their whole anime culture, I guess now. I thought it was some like weeb European state or something. 25 years ago, this beauty was adopted for the first time. Definitely one of the more unique flags in the world. And I gotta say, I like it. The history of flags of Spain. Viva España. This is the flag of the Catholic kings in 1492. Big year, 1492. A lot of things are about to go down. Then we have the Habsburg Empire. That was going on for 200 years. Chins intensifying everywhere. Then there is the Spain Empire, or the Bourbon Dynasty. Don't really like this one too much, but I can see the coat of arms is beginning to form. Well, I guess it was kind of back there. There was something going on. The Spanish Republic. Oh, they made a good design change. I don't really like this. Oh, they only had that for a year. They're like, this crap sucks. Get that out of here. Second Spanish Republic. Then Franco took over. Man, he had to make that thing big and thick. Come on, Franco, overcompensating. And finally, the Currents flag, 1981, it was adopted. The red means bravery and the achievements of Spain. Yellow means wealth and the gold of Spain. Oh, so that should technically be kind of transparent now, huh? Imagine like a PNG image right here in the middle, just the blocks. The coat of arms of Spain is present on the left, and it is junction to the kingdoms of Castile, Aragon. Oh, that's cool. Isn't that Edward's theory that Spain could technically break apart? I know there's some places that want their independence. Catalonia. The flag of Robbie Rotten. I've got to say, this is easily number one. He is number one. His flag is number one. Flags out of wood. I like when people do it, except kind of defeats the purpose of the flag, I guess. Has anyone tried to fly a wooden flag before? I don't know if it'd go that well. If Britain used British ensigns on their flag. So this is Ireland, Wales, what is it, England, and then Scotland? Is that right? I'm gonna be embarrassed if I'm not right here. That's actually kind of cool. You would think that that would be a design they would have used, just to have like an icon for all the places, all the kingdoms. Now this is amazing. Kind of the same thing, a map on a flag, except this is a map of Sealand in the style of Cyprus. Never forget Sealand, probably one of the greatest places on Earth, an autonomous, water world country. I just am so confused how this was even able to happen. There's also Sealand in the style of Kosovo as well, because I definitely needed that. Sealand's like the best map you could put on a flag, honestly. I like their current flag though, but you know, I mean, don't be afraid to slap on this little port. Man, look at those population numbers too. They're booming in this country. 27? This was actually an old flag of Louisiana in 1861. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling some Vietnam vibes. Something about rice fields going on. I don't know, I'm a little scared. Was this like foreshadowing or something? Was Louisiana trying to warn us? Louisiana has had some very interesting historical flags, obviously colonized by the French at first. Then there was this unofficial flag in 1861, very French-like, but you know, I see they still were on about that. They still missed mommy. Flag of Louisiana, Ordinance of Succession. When they did their own thing, they did something. What? Oh, this was the flag when they were fighting each other. This is also giving me like some communist vibes too. I don't know. And then they just did blue background with a big old pelican. Gotta say, the flag is very iconic. Don't change it up. I like it. This building in Berlin, it's like a Pokemon show. Gotta catch them all. I don't think they have all of them. Also, what happened to these flags? They didn't like these anymore. Today, they were like, screw these ones in particular. So this was in Berlin. This is not necessarily just like the EU. You know, I'm noticing that there's a pretty lack of Union Jack that I'm seeing. I see Wales, I see Scotland. No British flag though, very odd. Maybe it's like off screen somewhere. A combined Spanish flag with their old Habsburg monarchy thing. Kind of got rid of their coat of arms, but yeah, if Spain wants to do a monarchy thing with the Habsburgs again, bring back the chins, I don't mind. This is cool. Everyone's always trying to redo New Zealand and Australia's flag. I'm sure it'll happen one day. Not bad. I do like the old references. I still like the red stars they got going on. Massive flag being raised up in Malta. What is this thing? Apparently it was painted on. This is a different style of, oh my god, that thing is beautiful. So it wasn't printed, it was actually just painted. How do you paint on fabric like that? I guess you would need to do, look how like intricate this design is. It's got to be hard though for like the wind to be blowing this rough to be able to see it accurately, because if that flag is like kind of laying down, it's gonna be hard to see what the hell is going on. This is why you do need simple flags, like the tricolor flags. Like when there's no wind, it's just laying down, you can still make out Germany or France. With this thing, I wouldn't even know what the hell that is. During the climbing of the Berlin Wall, East Germans were cutting out the middle part of the German flag. So it wasn't white, it was actually just like empty. That's got a lot of significance behind it. Imagine they did that for reals. Only flag in the world to have like a massive circle cut into it. Be like the first ever donut flag. Flag of Saudi Arabia in the style of Canada. I'm always okay with flags in the style of Canada. What a random thing just to put a leaf on your flag. It almost kind of sounds like a shitpost now that I think about it. But it looks good. 12 European country flags in the style of Spain. We've got the UK. Ew. Oh no, this is giving me some Yugoslavian vibes. Italy's okay. This is a hard one to do because Spain's like format is so unique. I think the Swedish one works. Like Denmark, it's weird to have like when you're coat of arms is blue and yellow, and then the rest of your flag doesn't have any of those colors. It just looks weird. Croatia works too good. Didn't Hungary do this before? Germany did this before too. I've seen these ones before. Netherlands is okay. Portugal is all right. Yeah, you really got to have a good coat of arms. You got to get lucky with your coat of arms and your current colors. That's the only way to really make this work. Like Spain works because like the colors, they're not exact, but it's mostly yellow and red in there. A little bit of white, that's fine too. Pretty epic phone case, but I could tell already this would get me into a lot of trouble. I'd be too busy trying to figure out every single flag that's on my phone instead of listening to like my teacher while she like screams at the class for not paying attention. I was that kid. A Chicago pride flag. This is a very unique way to do it. They changed these stars in here for the like color of the rainbow. Never seen stars like cut up this way. This is unique. And of course, it was memed into existence. There it is. It's crazy to finally see something like that in the wild. That's gotta be cool, man. I want to design my own flag now. I always say that, but I'm too lazy. Wait, is this allowed? Someone made a pride flag. This is the island of Lesbos. Lesbos in Greece. I mean, I see what you did there. It is interesting. Again, this is a real place, Greek island. In classical Greek mythology, it was the patron god of the island.
Lesbos.
Ah, that's...
Lesbos.
That's how you pronounce it. A redesign for the Israeli flag. I do like the addition of yellow. Yellow and blue, I think, always good combination. I don't know why you would want to include the yellow, but I do like the color combination here. And the white. Flag of Liechtenstein, and it's 11 littler regions. That's all I'm gonna say. So we have the Liechtenstein, all the vertical flags. I do like me some vertical flags, the long ones that like hang down. Isn't this just Chad / Romania? We gotta give them credit for both. This would be cool if they're like super like vertical like this and you have the waves. That would be cool to have the waves. Plankton, still trying to steal that Krabby Patty I can see. I guess there's only so many flag designs you could do, like simple flag designs you could do without straight up copying like other places. Like all these are very similar. A lot of those states and regions of countries have like pretty much similar flags to like an already established nation. Not the US though. Our state flags just are weird. Usually that's our detriment. Maybe it is better to just kind of jack somebody else's flag. Here's a Utah flag that I really like. It almost looks like a beehive in there. I don't know, I'm getting beehive vibes. Argentina, the Philippines, South Peru, and Uruguay. For some reason, in the style of Austria-Hungary. What in the hell did I just say? What sentence is this? What am I even looking at? I'm creeped out right now. I don't need these faces staring at me blankly like that. I think they're looking into my soul right now. I feel very uncomfortable. What a weird thing, but I'm cool with this, I guess. This is the little dude. Oh, I thought he had like a little mustache. I didn't really realize that was a nose. 20 orange, white, and blue flags. I love these flags. Anyone that uses orange is just a Giga Chad. Like to be able to use orange, I think you gotta be real cool. Marshall Islands, Prince's flag. This is my favorite Netherlands flag. I wish they went back. I don't accept their new flag. It's been 225 years. I will never accept the new one. I need this one. South Africa for a little bit there. They basically put emoji flags for a second in the middle. Redding, California. Didn't know that was their thing. New York City. You gotta love that. There's also Albany, New York. I think it's always a good idea. Orange and blue work pretty well, but really it's all about that orange, baby. Here's a pretty straightforward redesign of the Australian flag. Again, they probably are gonna redesign that one day, and I would love to see it. They've got such unique colors, yellow and green. I just want to see it happen just so that we can get some different stuff out there. Kind of tired of the red, white, and blue. Green and gold, the colors of the golden waddle made Australia's official national colors in 1984. So they're using all the sports, just not a flag thing yet. The Commonwealth star representing the territories of Australia. Not bad. I like it over the map. It looks pretty good. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's simple enough, very easy. You will know that's Australia's flag when you see it. I'm down for this. And thank you to the patrons of June. Drew's Argentinian Grandpa. I'm Bout a Nut. AryanAfterHours. Sussy Imposter does a little trolling. Zeffi. Poppy Drew Woo. Stormtrooper 501. Patrick C. Many 74. LuxembourgLover. Aaron F. Anthony G. Call of Tortoise. Dalton D. Elijah Senpai. EpiNick. Full Send. Kaylee K. And M203 BrushEm. Thank you.